It is time now for all things California politics. Joining me today, political analyst Steve Swat. Steve, welcome. Prop 50 is coming up to vote on, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is kind of taking the advertising lead on the no on 50. Does he still have that kind of clout, the same clout that helped him be elected governor?
Recent indications are that he might not. Now, this is very important to former Governor Schwarzenegger because while he was governor, the independent commission was created. That's part of his legacy, and he really feels very strongly about that. And he does not want to see that scuttled even temporarily. But what is interesting is that a recent poll showed that when voters were asked, are you more or less likely to support Proposition 50 when you know that former Governor Schwarzenegger is against it, 2/3 say doesn't matter to them. But of the remainder, 2/3 said they are actually more likely to vote for Proposition 50 than against it when they find out that Schwarzenegger is against it. And you have to remember, Walt, that when Governor Schwarzenegger left office in 2010, his approval rating in California was a dismal 23%.
Yeah, it didn't end well. With Prop 50, yes on 50 is polling 15 points ahead. Now, normally anything can happen, but that normally would reflect a candidate. A candidate could screw up, be caught doing something. But with a proposition, how would the no win being down 15 points with just a couple of weeks left?
I think their only hope would be to really confuse the voters through their ads and have voters figure out, gee, I'm not really sure now, so they may not lose. The yes side may not lose very much, but the undecided could break no. And quite often in ballot campaigns like this, voters go to the no side if they're confused or if they're not sure.
Okay, election coming up. The governor has signed a couple of bills. Speak to the important ones.
Well, one is interesting is because it is designed to speed up the counting of votes in California. As we know, it takes forever to count the votes in California, and that's because most Californians vote by mail, and that requires a second level, a third level of security by hand to go through all of those ballots, and that takes time. And so sometimes it takes 20 days or 30 days to really settle some of these measures. A new law in California gives registrars 13 days to count the votes. And so it won't make a huge difference, however, because if you go back to the last election, 95% of the votes were actually counted within about 13 days. So you're talking about speeding up the counting a little bit.
Let's talk about the governor's race, and we will have a primary in June of 2026. We're going to put up the latest poll, and it includes Padilla in this poll that we have, just in case he runs. We haven't gotten any polls yet on Katie Porter since she had some issues last week. Look at number 2 and 3 on the list. If one of those Republicans could drop out, obviously, let's just say Chad Bianco, and his 8% goes to Steve Hilton, let's say he gets 18% now, Hilton. Any chance Hilton has a shot here?
Well, I think there's a decent shot for him to certainly make the runoff. And this would look similar to the last Senate race when Katie Porter and Schiff were in the race, and you had a Republican in the runoff. And so I think, there are what, 5 million or so Republican voters in California, and so they're going to get behind one of those two candidates. And so should one of the candidates drop off, I would say if Hilton is the one still standing, I would say he has a great chance to make the runoff.
Well, probably Katie Porter, if it's her against Hilton, she'd probably like that, to be running straight up against a Republican as opposed to somebody like a Padilla or a Villaraigosa who could recover after the primary and make a real run at it.
And this is still a Democratic state. And so if Katie Porter can run against a Republican, her odds of winning that would be really good.
Pretty good. Okay, Steve Swat, political analyst. Steve, thank you. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.